Greetings, heroes. Coach Rick here. Welcome to another edition of Book Club. Today we are working on The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. This is one of my favorite books, and we're going to be going through part one of the book today. Now, big caveat on this book, for some reason, there is no audible version. I understand it drives me nuts. I have an excerpted audio from some CDs. So if you want it, please contact me. I'm trying to reach out to Jeff Olson and find out why there isn't one. But in the meantime, please contact me and I'll see if I can get you a copy of my audio. All right. So we are going to be looking at this exact diagram pretty repeatedly over the next few weeks. So get used to it. And basically, you're going to see as you go from left to right, your little, very tiny actions eventually causing exponential results. And so early on in the book, Jeff says that your philosophy is what shapes your attitude. That attitude is what's actually going to inspire you toward your actions. And of course, your reactions are going to end up giving you a result. So many people, most people get this backward. They think once I get the lifestyle I want, then I'll start, acting the way that I should. Once I'm rich, then I'll be, a hardworking person. And life just doesn't work like that. As it says in this slide, philosophy comes first. Your mindset has to come first, and then the results will come. So that is why in life, only about 5% of people are truly successful, as you see here, and 95% of people fail. And it says right here on the bottom line, what's comfortable early becomes uncomfortable later. So let's take your health. It's so easy to, sit on the couch and eat some Cheetos. It feels good. It's comfortable. And it's not until, down the road when you have diabetes and all these health problems that you become uncomfortable. And the opposite, uncomfortable now, getting down and doing 5 push-ups. I will tell you right now, if you told me do 5 push-ups, I would do them, but I'm not going to be thrilled about it. It doesn't feel good. But down the road, as I start to get that body I want, it's going to start to feel good. So for failure, you will pay a bigger price in the long run, and those simple errors in judgment compound. People stuck in this mindset demonstrate blame, and they focus on the past. Looking up to the top, progressive people realize that there's a worthy idea, and they practice those simple daily disciplines. They demonstrate responsibility and they focus on the future. And this is true whether you're talking about your finances, your health, your personal development, your relationships, your life, anything this works for. One of the things that Jeff says about this book is it's not the book, it's a companion book. The ideas are to go along with your weight loss, your diet, your income, your education. It goes hand in hand, and that is so true. So one of the quotes from the book, success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. It doesn't happen overnight. In the Olympics, when we see Michael Phelps do an amazing race, that amazing race he did, that he was not amazing when he hit the pool that day. He was amazing every day up till then. It was just that final race where we saw it. But if he hadn't done all the work for decades before then, which was the real success, we never would have seen the goal. And one really, really important piece to focus on from the book, by the time you get the feedback, the real work is already done. So if you're waiting for people to tell you, good job, you're doing so great, look at all your success, that's too late. You've got it backward. You've got to do the work now, because the seeds you're planting, those aren't going to grow until days, weeks, months, years later. So for example, in prospecting, there's something called the 90-day rule. If you're in some kind of sales, if you prospect now, if you make your however many calls a day, mine is 30 calls a day, you're not going to see the fruits of that until the next quarter. So no one's going to tell you when you're doing all of your cold calls now, good job, you're doing a great job. 3 months from now, when you start raking all the business, then people are going to say, wow, how did you do it? So you see, they're out of alignment. You need to do the work now and realize the results are going to come later. The difference between success and failure is not dramatic. In fact, the difference between success and failure is so subtle. Most people miss it. It's literally, did you get up today and go to the gym, or did you miss one day? No one will notice whether you missed a day or not, but it's those little, I call it dropping your marbles, those little drops in the jar. They're going to make the difference. So going back to our choices determining our life path. So we've paired this up this month with using a habit tracker that's going to remind you every day, are you focusing on your health? Are you focusing on your one thing? Are you focusing on giving some kind of um, gratitude out to the rest of the world? Those little things every day, the little, did I eat a salad today? Not a big deal today. If you skip the salad, if you eat the salad, your weight will not change tomorrow. It won't, guaranteed. But, and I am in living proof of this, 4 months later it will. We did a challenge back in June that was basically a health challenge. And it is now November. I have lost 14 pounds. But back in June, if you looked at my weight loss, even though I was not eating any sugar, not drinking any alcohol, working out every single damn day, I didn't lose any weight. But now I've lost 14 friggin' pounds. And that's because I invested early. All right, there is no someday. Do not wait for things to be perfect. Jeff points out, you already have what you need. You've got the money, the time, the skill, the confidence. You just can't see it. He talks about the penny doubling. You guys all know this one. If you took a penny and doubled it every day, you really wouldn't see results until like day 28. So the money you have, and we read this in Harv Ecker's book, um, Making True Wealth. Some people literally started their wealth programs in Harv Ecker's program investing $1 a month. But that compounds, and the disciplines and the habits they learn will turn them into millionaires. So you have the time you need, you have the money you need. Start today, because if you start literally a few days from now, or in Jeff's illustration, saving for retirement, if you start saving 5 minutes late or 5 years later, it makes millions of dollars of difference, even though it's only maybe $2,000 a year you're investing. So keep going back to this picture anytime you need to see what you're supposed to be focusing on. All right, so if you aren't growing, you're dying. I want you to go through these 5 right now as you're listening to this and answer honestly, because you're going to discuss this in your group right now. Are you growing in your health or declining? Are you making positive steps, or, as Jeff says, if you're not doing anything, you're going negative? How about your personal development? Are you growing or declining? Your relationships, whether it's girlfriend, wife, friends, church, whatever. Are you investing to grow, or are you just sitting on your butt, in which case things are going to decline? Your finances. Are you investing, even if it's literally $1 per month? Or are you just letting things take care of themselves? And your life itself. Are you growing in life, or are you just sitting on your butt and letting things decline? All right, discussion time. How do you look in those various areas of your life? Are you growing or dying? What little decisions can you make and should you be making to grow every day? Just a reminder, these are some of the areas you can look at. So discuss with your group. If you're not on one of our mastermind calls, go to themorninghero.com and get on one, and we will see you in